Hey, RJ here with National Trash Valet, and I wanted to cover the topic today of do I need a valet trash license for my business? So the most often question I get asked outside of pricing and contract structure and things like that is, do I need a valet trash license for my business? And let's break this down a little bit. So there's a little bit of confusion on essentially a license specific for valet trash versus other business licenses that you might need. So the short answer is, do you need a valet trash business license? No, right? So valet trash is just the service that you're providing. There is no specific mandated valet trash license, right? So licenses can be broken up into a few other different aspects, right? Like, for instance, we tell everyone for the most part that you want to maintain service on site, because at that point you're almost just like a janitorial service, right? You're going door to door, you're picking up the trash, you're disposing of the trash, you're not taking anything off site. The minute you have to take anything off site is when you need to start looking into additional licenses for transportation of refuse, right, or garbage or things like that, right? Because now you're possibly going to the city dump or another municipal location to get rid of recycling. So if you can keep everything on site, you really don't need anything outside of your just general business setup to produce, the service for them. So like I said, we get asked all the time, is there a valet trash license? No, there is not a specific valet trash license. But going back to some of the municipalities that I was talking about is, do you need any other type of license? Like, do I need just a general business license? Well, a general business license would cover things like sales tax and stuff like that. So if you actually needed or sold product that you had to charge tax back to, at that point you would need something from your county. But for the most part, we're not necessarily charging things back. It's just providing the service, right? So at that point, we are just going in and providing the service and invoicing the one property manager for those units that we service per month. So then at that point, like I said, you don't need a license for that because there's no sales tax involved with that. And then at the same time, taking services outside, right? So what other potential businesses license would you need, and where can you find out if you need them? So there's a couple resources that you can look into, and one up front is the Small Business Administration, the SBA. I'll actually link it below. They actually have a business permits and license section. So you can actually go through there and see if there's anything specific that you would need for your business if you're offering an additional service or something outside of the valet trash on-site service. A lot of times, like I said, it's just more for agricultural and things that are just in a different sector that need some additional licensing. Another good way is Google search, because like I said, at the end of the day, each municipality in each county is different. So what happens here in Arizona is different than what would happen in Iowa or in Florida or New York, right? So the best way to find that out is just a good old Google search of putting in your county and business licenses, and then seeing if there's any specific information offered there. From there, click into your county website, and your county will have a requirement or business licensing section, and you can look on there to see if they do require something specific for your area. Like I said, another big one that comes up is if I'm doing junk removal. Sometimes municipalities are different. Sometimes they allow up to X amount of loads for free that there's no licenses needed because you're a resident of that area, versus times when if you're going into different different counties or different zip codes or whatever it might be, or you're hauling over a certain amount of loads back and forth, you would need a license because now you're a registered business in their eyes, right? So if you can't find something specific on your county, on the county website, do not be afraid to just pick up the phone and call your county and say, hey, I've started a business with valet trash. And the best way, like I said, a lot of times people are like, a what business? They won't know and they don't understand the concept. So there's a lot of education on that side. So you can just, like I said, correlate it to, it's almost like an on-site janitorial service that we take the trash down from apartments to the dumpster. Pretty simple. At that point, they will let you know if there's an additional business license that your county will require. If not, you're good to go, right? So like I said, it all depends on how you use your business to do additional add-on services or what you're offering at that point. So overall, there's not a very specific valet trash license that would be valet trash license that you have to get. There just might be some additionals if you do outside work that you would need to call your county on to check with. All right, have a great one.